Pleasant good morning and welcome back to HEDM's Morning Devotion. My name is Sister Aisha and today's topic is the assignment over my life has no room for energy vampires. I almost messed that up. Anyway, happy February. And today's scripture is going to be coming from Nehemiah 6, verse 1 to 19, which is the whole chapter. However, I will not be reading the whole thing to you. I encourage you to read it, and I will be picking at the story. So let's get into it. Now, we have our three main vampires. All right? And the first name is Sanballat, second name is Tobiah, and the third name is Geshem. Okay, so we have these three main vampires here, right? But we have Nehemiah, I just want to call him a child of God. We're going to just call him a child of God. And Nehemiah understood the assignment. You see, he knew that because God called him for an assignment, that it will not be easy. However, that he should not lack confidence nor zeal in his doing to complete his mission. Yes? When God has an assignment over your life, he's going to prepare you. It's not going to be easy, but he's going to prepare you. And in this case, how did he prepare Nehemiah was that he allowed him to fast for 4 months. And those know when you fast, for some reason, I don't really know all of it, but when you fast, you are like stronger. Your spidey senses, like your taste, your smell, your eyes, your hearing, it just becomes enhanced and better all of a sudden. So if you couldn't hear before, you could hear better now. Anyhow, so at this point, we have Nehemiah that is strengthened. He's strengthened by God. Yes, he's fasting and fasted, so he's a bit weak at times, but there's spurs of energy that saves him throughout with God's doing. Yes? The vampires. So we know vampires' main goal basically is to suck until draining you out until there's nothing left, right? We have Sanballat and Geshem having a messenger, obviously, to go down to Nehemiah where he's at building the wall, actually to come up where he's at building the wall. And if you read the messenger version, the title of it says, "I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down." I want to caution you to not come down. Even when the words come, do not come down. Moving on. So, on 4 occasions, Sanballat and Geshem makes an attempt with the messenger to tell Nehemiah to come and meet them basically at a place. So that way they can kill Nehemiah. No, not happening. It gets to the 5th time. I guess Sanballat is getting agitated at this point, and he doesn't seal the letter this time. He leaves it open on the 5th letter. I said, why would they use the number 5? 5 means God's grace. And I had a side thought that you could never witness God's grace if you're so honed into evil doing, mastering corruption, or trying to corrupt people's lives or God's people. You would never be able to witness and take part of God's grace. So none of the attempts worked, and Nehemiah wrote back to him and said, "I'm doing a great work and I'm not going to come down." Yes? We get to the part in the story where there's a person named Shemaiah. So he goes to meet Shemaiah secretly, and Shemaiah says, "Let's go to the temple and, talk." Nehemiah instantly catches himself, right? And he realizes, he's like, why am I going to go hide out? And why would I choose a temple to hide out? Like, what am I hiding for? Like, what am I running from? He says, I'm not going. I'm not going. So understand, your vampires and the head honchos, they're going to send out reinforcements. However, the reinforcements that they have is weak, because the reinforcement that you have is God, right? So he thought, he meaning Sanballat and his crew, thought that if he keeps jabbing at him, that he wouldn't succeed. The thought process was that they'll give up, they'll never finish. But yet, Nehemiah prayed and he said, give me strength. When you're doing God's work and you pray with faith, believing, God will do it for you. God will do it for you. Once he sees the sacrifice in which Nehemiah sacrificed, but he was confident in who he served. He was so confident in whom he served. And I love that about Nehemiah. Like, man, his spirit of discernment was just so like elite. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait one day. And I'm grateful for that, to actually read that part. So we get to a part where he says he's not coming, and we move forward. So from verse 15 to 19, which is 15 to the end, it talks about how even though through the opposition, all the naysayers, I want to say, all the sucking of the energy, he was still able to push and persevere and complete the mission that was at hand. I caution you to check your energy when certain people come around you. Check your energy. That is a telltale sign where you can see if somebody is trying to suck the life out of you, because you would feel heavy, like you're carrying your body instead of living in your body. The air changes. The air changes. You would be able to tell if somebody is for you and who's not for you, even in that close proximity. Protect your mind. And I want to say protect your mind because if Nehemiah didn't have a protection over his mind, he would have allowed the vampire to drain him of everything he knew God can do for him and that he can do for God. He would have been derailed or distracted. However, he stand firm. He was confident in whom he trusted and believed in, which was God, is God. And I encourage us to have that same confidence and trust. It's not going to be easy. However, do not waste your energy or give your energy to the energy vampires, because all that energy that you're using to defend yourself, you can be using it to put towards the assignment that God has told you to complete. Do you imagine if Nehemiah would have wasted his time, made room to stand up and fight them basically off? Do you think he would have had the energy left to finish rebuilding the wall? Do you think so? I'll just help you answer. No. He would have been weakened. Do not aid to your weakening state because of the energy vampires. Do not help the vampires drain you. use your energy towards God's doing, God's will, God's work, God's assignment over your life. It's important. It is important. Trust me, you are important. But until you realize that you're just training yourself, do not be your very own vampire. And watch out for the energy vampires, because they're out there. But stay focused, stay firm. Know who you believe in, and keep pushing. Ciao. Have a beautiful day.